Richard, 0 days are a lot of no fun because ostensibly you really can't plan for them, but actually you can. What generally is the plan for a 0-day attack? Something that you've never seen before.
You can plan and you can get ahead of these things. Typically what happens when an O-Day comes out is we're using our fast twitch muscle, and that's just not a lot of fun. That feels like nights and weekends. Instead, if you know where all your stuff is in advance, you can stop being the fire brigade and going out and being the firefighter, and instead start being the fire marshal. Have a plan. And second, make certain you know where all your stuff is and that you've started to nail down that attack surface in advance.
To have a plan really for known attacks and zero attacks, they should pretty much be the same, shouldn't they? Or is there something unique about a 0-day response?
I think often when you're dealing with an O-Day, you're dealing with a lot of unknowns, right? So the whole news media spins up and it's like the sky is falling. This is why having a plan in advance is so important, right? Because you don't want to be thinking about that stuff on the fly. So you should tabletop it. Hey, this O-Day has come out in a component you really care about. What are you going to do? And again, when you do that, what you're going to discover is that there's a whole bunch of sensible things you can do before that O-Day drops. Because once it drops, it's game on.
What are the sensible things you can do beforehand?
Obviously, you have a plan. Second, you have a map of your infrastructure. Starting looking for it when the vuln is out, you're now late to the party. And then I think the third thing, and I touched on it earlier, is this sort of fire marshal versus firefighter approach, right? So in security, we're often the firefighter. The role of a fire marshal is very different. A fire marshal walks around your building when it's not on fire and says, hey, this stuff looks kind of flammable, David. Maybe we should deal with that before something sets it on fire. You can do the same thing in security. You can ask, should this thing be exposed to the internet? Even if you don't think it's vulnerable, the smaller your internet exposure, the better.
How do I pull this off in practice?
I think this is where attack surface management can really help you, right? A good attack surface management solution will give you a really good view of what you look like from the outside in. And if you think about it, that's how the attackers are coming at you. You can roll your own. You can try and use an asset database. And in fact, we think that's quite a good solution too. But like all these things, coming at the problem from both ends is the way that you can win best. So you come at it from the inside with your internal knowledge or your internal asset databases, but you should also always have a really good view of how you look from the outside in, because that's what your attacker is going to see.
If you want to know more about how to deal with O-Days and get a better understanding of your environment, you should check out what Praetorian is doing. That's Richard's company. And the web address is right there, Praetorian.com. Check it out.